Countess Elizabeth Bathory was born in Nyírbátor, Hungary, on August 7, 1560. She was a wealthy and powerful Hungarian noblewoman. He also has an uncle who is King of Poland and a nephew who is a Prince of Transylvania. Countess Elizabeth Bathory is thought to have murdered hundreds of young women in the early 17th century. Bathory is famous for having killed at least 600 victims, earning her the Guinness World Record for the most prolific female killer. Elizabeth Bathory committed various crimes against maids and minor noblewomen who came to her for training and education. It is alleged that the reason Elizabeth Bathory had the heart to commit crimes against women was so that she could bathe in the blood of virgin victims in an attempt to reclaim her lost youth. Some of the victims were covered with honey and left outside for insects to eat. In winter, young women are stripped naked and forced into deadly ice baths. Elizabeth Bathory sometimes tortured girls by sticking needles into their fingers, cutting off their noses and lips, or whipping them with nettles. He can even bite the shoulder and burn the flesh of some victims. On December 29, 1610, Elizabeth Bathory and her 4 maids were finally arrested by Count Georgi Thurzo, who oversaw judicial matters as Hungarian Palatine Lord at Bathory Actis Castle on reports of the Count's alleged crimes against noble women. 4 of Bathory's servants, 3 women and 1 man, were interrogated, tortured and put on trial. 2 of the maidservants and the maidservant were sentenced to death. The woman who allegedly used magic to help Elizabeth Bathory was also executed. One witness stated that Bathory himself had listed 650 victims in his papers, although the number of victims varies in other testimonies and the Countess' exact number remains unknown. A member of a powerful family, Elizabeth Bathory was not tried, but was isolated or confined to her residence at Castle Actis until her death in 1614. The body of 54-year-old Bathory was found on August 21, 1614, at Castle Actis, where she has been imprisoned since 1610. She was buried in her crypt, but her body was likely removed afterward. Elizabeth Bathory is one of the sadistic serial killers in history, but she has some interesting quotes, so let's see and hear.
Man has created God in his image, which gives him dominance over everything else: birds, lions, trees and women. Do I look like someone who cares about what God thinks? I wish I had been born a man. I would have killed thousands in battle, taken over countries, burned witches. I would have been a hero. God, if you exist behind the Holy Scriptures, then you have abandoned me. In war, hundreds are killed and tortured, and they are left there to rot and feed the vultures. And yet, we glorify our warriors. We give them laurel wreaths and honors. But all I get is torment. I cannot be humiliated this way. Give me an illness that will kill me fast. I cannot do it myself. I must go to heaven. Amen.